Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.
Hi, this is John Oast from Fishyaker.com. I get a lot of questions about what is the ideal length of a paddle when you're kayak fishing. Well, keep in mind three dimensions when you're choosing the right length paddle. First is height, second is width, and third is elevation. Height being how tall are you specifically. The taller you are, the higher probability it is that you'll need a longer paddle. The width of the boat, the wider the boat, the longer a paddle you probably want to have. And again, the elevation, say how high is the seat on the kayak. Your typical recreational and paddle that's used most often for kayak fishing is 230 centimeters in length. Most manufacturers make a 220 centimeter, a 230 centimeter, and a 240 centimeter. So remember the height, width, and elevation. So if you're taller, longer paddle. So start off as a good rule of thumb with a 230 centimeter paddle is an average paddle length, especially for recreation and fishing again. So you start off with a 230 centimeter paddle. If you're taller, you may want to automatically go with a 240 centimeter paddle, say if you're well over 6 feet tall. Then look at the width of the kayak that you're going to be fishing from. Is it a more modern, wider sit-on-top kayak? If you have a wider kayak, you may again want to go with a longer paddle because obviously you want to be able to have a very comfortable ergonomic paddle stroke, not be striking the sides of the kayak. In combination with that, how tall is the side of the kayak? How far is it above the water? That's going to add to your length of the paddle that's ideal. So your height, the width of the kayak, and then elevation. Most of us are familiar with the elevated seats that are really popular on the market now. These are a higher seating position. So that's going to add another element to it. So how tall are you? If you're taller, or if the boat you're going to be paddling is wider, or if you're in an elevated seat, all these factors are going to make it more probable that you're going to want a slightly longer paddle, say a 240 centimeter paddle. And then if you're doing a lot of stand-up fishing and stand-up paddling, that longer paddle can also make it easier and more comfortable if you're paddling from a standing position, say if you're sight fishing. So start off with a 230 centimeter paddle and go from there. The width of the kayak, how high it may be on the side of the kayak above the water to extend your reach for the width and for the height off the water. Your personal height, are you tall or are you short? And then the elevation of the seat. If you have that higher elevation seat again, on these sit-on tops, again, all these factors are going to add up. So really a good rule of thumb, start with that 230 centimeter, but if you're using a larger, modern sit-on top kayak and you have an elevated seat, you're probably going to want to go with a 240 centimeter paddle. But the best way to know for sure is go to your local paddle retailer, your paddle sports retailer, go to a demo day, try one out on the water, or try to borrow one to make sure you're using the right length paddle. The more comfortable you are with your paddle and the stroke that you're going to have, your ergonomics with it, the better time you're going to have in the water, and you'll also make sure you don't have any type of injuries to your wrists and to your elbows or to your shoulders. So again, start with 230 centimeter paddles and go from there and decide how long you want it. And for best results, try one out in advance of purchasing one. I want to thank you for watching Fishyaker.com and see you on the water.